Man, it has been a minute since I built anything on this channel, hasn't it? So I was scrolling through YouTube the other day and I found this shell challenge by Ayeron. And I have not done a shell challenge in a minute. And I really love shell challenges because they give you a chance to kind of be creative. I specifically loved this shell challenge because there's no limitations on packs or anything that you have to do. You just literally can't touch the walls as is per normal. So let's see about this shell challenge. I will leave a link to his YouTube video both up above and down in the comment section below, so you can go ahead and go check him and his YouTube channel out, and that way you can see the shell challenge for yourself. But okay, here is his shell. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of in the mood to build something just kind of fun and unique and creative, so let's go ahead and get into that. So not gonna lie, I really needed this shell challenge in my life. Like, not even gonna lie, I have had so much going on right now because I am now about just a little over a month from when I am about to move. For those of you who don't know, I currently live in Huntsville, Alabama. I am going to be moving to Wisconsin. My husband got a job in Wisconsin, so that's like 12 hours away from where I currently live. Big culture change, I'm sure, since, you know, I'm very much deep in the South and I'll be moving to the Midwest, which I have been in the Midwest some before. My grandmother used to live in Chicago and I would stay with her for many summers and stuff like that. So I'm kind of used to the Midwest, but I'm not used to the snow. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to cope with snow. I really don't. So there's all that on my plate, plus the fact of just planning the logistics of the move. So I've got to call utility companies and get power and water turned on, internet companies, I've got to get boxes, I've got to start packing. Guys, I did not realize how many books I have. Like, I have this walk-in, like, it's like a small closet kind of beside my bathroom. I guess most people would put like towels or washcloths or something in there. I use it for books. I've just used that entire closet as like a built-in bookshelf. And I did not realize just how many books we have until I opened it to actually pack it up. And it's just, there's too many. There's too many books to pack, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Plus I have to get my kids' stuff ready, which thankfully my kids and I don't really have a whole lot of stuff. We're not really stuff people. My kids have never been that interested in toys, so they don't have that many toys because they don't really ever play with them. They mostly play on tablets or go play pretend with a stick somewhere. God, that makes my kids sound so sad. I swear, my kids are very good. They have a lot of fun in their childhood. They just don't have a lot of toys. But I've got to get all their stuff packed. I've got to get their homeschool stuff packed, which thankfully they've gotten through the majority of their homeschool stuff for the year. So we're not going to have to worry about doing schoolwork while we're moving. And I'm not going to buy any more homeschool stuff until we actually get up there, because I don't see much a point in ordering it now for it to come in the mail here just to have to take it there. I can just order it when I'm up there, which we usually start our homeschool year in June and we're moving in May. So that'll give them about a month to get kind of accustomed to the idea of living in a different house, a different community, a different neighborhood, being away from all their people that they know here. It'll give them a chance to get adjusted before we jump right back on into, you know, the next school year. Oh man, speaking of my kids though, so my 8-year-old daughter, she comes up to me the other night, and I posted this on my community tab. I was in the middle of recording a video and my 8-year-old daughter comes up to me and she goes, "Mom," and I said, "Yes, sweetheart." And she goes, "I was trying to make earplugs out of paper and put them in my ears, and I couldn't get one of the papers out, so I took a Q-tip and tried to get it out, and I couldn't get it out." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now? You have shoved a paper into your ear. Are you kidding me right now?" I take my flashlight and look, and it is way in there. There's no way I can get it out with anything, but I try to get some tweezers and get it out. It's not coming out. We go get the little elephant ear sprayer thing to kind of spray it out. It's not coming out. It is packed deep in there. So we have to wait on an appointment for the ENT. The ENT, it took, let's see, she did this on a Saturday night. She did not get in to see the ENT until the next Friday morning. So she had a handful of days, which thankfully, you know, getting something stuck in your ear is not, you know, an emergency situation or anything. She was okay to wait this long, but it was just kind of, it was nerve-wracking. So we dealt with that for a few days. She definitely wasn't necessarily feeling good getting towards the end. It was kind of messing with her balance a little bit, But we got through it. She got it out, took her out to Olive Garden afterwards. She thought that was a fun treat. She thought she was going to this big fancy place, Olive Garden. I'm just sitting there kind of laughing because I used to think Olive Garden was really fancy too. I guess really, if you've never been to any Italian restaurants, Olive Garden is kind of fancy. I mean, not really, but kind of, if you don't have like a, frame of reference or anything for it. But that was fun. My kids have a list now of places they want to go before we move. My son wants me to take him to an indoor play place, which is fine and dandy and all. I just don't think he realizes that they will also have indoor play places up there. My other daughter, she wants to go to the park, which I'm all for, because you know what? Those kids, they need to get outside. They need to burn off some energy. I swear, I need to take them to the park for like an entire day. Like from sunup to sundown. These kids need to be outside playing. Let them run all of their energy out. That way, maybe we can get some peace and quiet around here in the house. We also had the Decor to the Max kit come out. The general idea of kits, I'm okay with. I wasn't sure about them at first, but I'm okay with kits in general. I like the idea of getting new items in the game, smaller amounts, stuff like that. I don't like the frequency in which we're getting them. We're getting them back to back to back so often that I can't even be excited about kits anymore. And like the Decor to the Max kit, it had some fun stuff in it. It had stuff in it that I liked and that I enjoyed. I really, really love the wall frames. Like the things you can like frame the mirrors and windows with. I loved those. I used them in this build actually. Not right here, but coming up, I used them in this build. And I love the idea of that. I wasn't too fond of the infinity mirror or the big gigantic lamp because, I mean, where in the world are you going to use those? But, there are fun things in the kits. It's just, we've gotten so many kits. My Wedding Stories was the first pack we've had since Cottage Living. And Cottage Living came out in what, June, July-ish? I think it was June. At least 6 or 7 months before we got another pack, and it was My Wedding Stories and other I'm not even gonna go into My Wedding Stories right now. And they're all build by and casts. There were no gameplay kits since, Bust the Dust, which was kind of a bust. But I don't know. I'm over the amount that we're getting, and especially after seeing the whole My Wedding Story fiasco, it's really, really hard for me to support kits right now. I want to like them. I like some of the items in them. Don't get me wrong. The items in the kit, more or less, through all of the kits, are relatively good quality items. It's just, it's hard to get excited about the same thing over and over again. All right, but that was my little rant. I guess I could talk a little bit about this build for a minute. So I decided to build a library, and I wanted it to be kind of a fun and colorful and vibrant, kind of spunky, I guess, kind of library. So I used a lot of colors. I did not worry about pack limit. I'm sorry. I know someone will probably try to download this and say, I don't have such and such pack. Why did you use so many packs? I honestly don't know how many packs I used in this build, but I just wanted to build freely, no restrictions for a little bit, which was why I really, really like this. Kind of a chance to kind of, get myself out there. I used lots of colors, lots of vibrant colors, but I wanted this library to be more than just, your run-of-the-mill library where you go in and it's kind of boring. I wanted it to feel like maybe there was a community around this library. So that's why we have like the garden in the back. There's kind of like a community garden at this library with different things planted. And I did go in after I did this build and actually plant things in the garden back there. So there will be plants for you to, harvest and such. I also put a kid's playground out there. In the front, there's like a little picnic table with a picnic basket and stuff, kind of to eat lunch. And then I also put an outdoor reading lounge out there. That's what it was supposed to be, with the seats, with the tables and the books beside them underneath the little patio thing. I thought that would be a really, really neat idea for a library, to have somewhere you can just go outside and lounge and read a book and just enjoy the sunshine, get your vitamin D in. So I also put a private study room in this library, because I know a lot of times, not at my local library because it's like, a little library out in the middle of nowhere. And I know in like a lot of libraries, they will have private rooms you can go into where there's like no noise or anything like that. You can just go in and study. So there's no distractions from you. So I did put one of those in there, especially since I wanted the build to feel kind of bold and vibrant, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of community. I can see where, maybe say you have a college sim, your sim would want, somewhere kind of quiet. Not that I think sims really get distracted from studying with noise, but whatever. There's a little kids room. It's got art tables and bears and toys, and of course books and some little pillows to read your books on. And I added a little snack room, and that's kind of what I'm building right now in the video. It's not meant to be a full kitchen, but it is meant to be someplace where you can get a snack and eat something. That way, say you bring your Sims here and you're just kind of going on a study binge, you don't have to leave to go get something to eat. You know, there's a kitchen there. There's also a TV, a little movie area right here, which I kind of had to play around a little bit with while I'm building this little movie viewing area. I couldn't figure out the best way to use it. I did use some of the decor to the max stuff here. I used those floor tiles. I thought they were a little bold and bright and funky and kind of fit the style I was going with, but at the same time, I just wasn't, I don't know. I like it, but I don't like it, if that makes sense. Each individual item in the kit, I'm okay with. I'm not okay with the kits overall at this point because I feel like we're becoming a little too focused on those. Upstairs in this library, we have a big art room. I do go in and put some actual paintings that Sims have painted and made on the wall afterwards, but we have a fun art room with art easels and that big tarp that has paint stains all over it, just kind of a fun little art room. Then also on the other side, I create kind of a, I call it like a logic or skill corner. So it's got like chess, it has your debate table, it has little pillows, you know, to watch the debate and stuff like that. And there's also a yoga room coming up in this library. So I did a lot in this library. I guess really it is more of a community lot than a library, but it definitely functions as a library. It has everything it needs to function as a library there. So I had a lot of fun doing this. I kind of feel like this blank shell challenge with like no restrictions or pack restrictions or anything like that, I feel like that's really what I needed. I really just needed to get in The Sims and have some fun for a little while and not worry about this or that or any other crazy stresses going on in my life right now, because let's face it, that's kind of what The Sims are for, is to just kind of play and relax and have fun and not worry about anything. All right, so here is my build. So this was the little picnic area I was talking about. It's under a maple tree, and here is the little reading lounge under this little trellis. So like, you know, I put little stacks of book there for decor, but you could easily take your book out here and read. The front of the library is, it's colorful, it's vibrant, but it's not so in your face that it just completely stands out from the world. I wanted it to kind of fit into the world, but I also wanted it to be very vibrant. I was super excited to use these trees. Like, I love these trees. I think we got them in City Living, but I've like never used them because it's so hard to find a build that fits them. Coming around the back here, again, bunch of flowers. I love this little window that I put on these, and I love these island living, the siding. I love the idea of part of it kind of having that wooden aspect kind of added on. This is kind of like the community garden. So you come in, you have this little statue, I'm assuming kind of like the founder of the library, and you have plants here, and these are actual plants. Like, there's lettuce and mushrooms and pumpkins and watermelons, and then over here we have some spinach and parsley, and there's some plants that aren't quite grown. We have a little play area for the kids back here, and we have two great big murals your Sims can actually paint on. I painted these in just to give it some decoration, but your Sims can come and wash them away and paint on them if they want. Coming in the front, you get some definite, you know, big, vibrant vibes here, especially this little front office, which, like I said, I really do love these pieces that we got in the kit. I don't know. We got the little librarian's desk here. Over here to the corner, we have the kids' room. How cute is this entrance to the kids' room? I started doing this with the nursery that I built for the hospital that I built for Panda Sama's mod, and I don't know, I love it. And here's the little kids' room. Oh yeah, the little Lego tower. I forgot that I put the Lego tower and the dollhouse in here. And then there's some books, you know, or some pillows for your Sims to, you know, get a book and sit down and read on. They also have some art tables complete with actual kid art. There's some kid art, and there's some kid art. I kind of felt like, you know, that would be a nice little neat touch to have. I used this plant that I'm pretty sure we got in the Blooming Rooms kit. I kind of felt like this was a neat, you know, place to put it in. Over here, I did put two posters for both universities because obviously a university student would probably use the library. This is kind of the quiet study room, so your Sim can come in here and do their homework and not have any distractions or anything about. Coming through here, we have like the actual library part of the library, so you have all your bookshelves with different things. We have different posters and stuff up here with different activities and stuff. You've got different, seats to sit on. You've got a little knitting basket so your Sims can learn to knit here if they want, along with 2 computers and a research station. But I kind of wanted to give it a kind of bold, vibrant, I didn't want this library to be kind of dull, because I feel like libraries can be dull sometimes, and I wanted this to be anything but. Over here we have the little snack station. You've got a little spot where you can watch your movies, a place where you can sit and eat. We've got a fridge you can get a quick snack with, a microwave, coffee, tea, and popcorn. So definitely a few different things you can eat. We have a bathroom over here, which the bathroom is just really simple. Upstairs, we come upstairs to a little card table so your Sims can play cards. We have some indoor plants. These are all just different types of flowers, but they're here. They're, if you need them, you can go and grab them. Over on this side, we have our little yoga room, so you can, do yoga if you want, hire a yoga instructor. We've got the little art room, which, like I said, I did put some actual art pieces, and this one actually is a masterpiece. I'm a little impressed that is a masterpiece. I feel like I maybe need to, rework my career. And over here is kind of the logic and skill room. So you've got your debate corner over here and also your little logic corner. I didn't make a way where you could get out here on the top. I kind of put some solar panels and some of these fake gardens. I kind of felt like that would be, something that could be on the library. I didn't add a door there because I didn't see a need, but you could totally put your little door right there and add on to this if you wanted. So I definitely had a lot of fun with this shell challenge. Thank you, Ayeron. This is exactly what I needed when I needed it. Just a fun shell to just play with and have fun and do my own thing for a little while. I loved it. Again, I will link his channel up above and in the description box down below. Go check out his channel and, maybe do his shell challenge. This build is in the gallery if you want to download it. But that is all for today. I will see everybody next time. Bye!